Thank you so much, everyone. I think we had a fantastic previous panel, so we have to live up to certain expectations, guys. So sustainability, we have been speaking about the whole day now, this entire conclave. Now, so then it's not a question why. That's already established, previous panelists have spoken, we are all doing it. But the real challenge now is how. So how do brands in India, businesses in India, move from this intent to execution, but at scale? So what we were discussing outside, I'll just bring that. So without breaking the fundamentals of our business, which precisely are the pricing, the speed, merchandising, and obviously the margins. So what we'll unpack today, guys, is just an understanding how we can be practical, rooted to real decisions, and just be brutally honest on sustainability and how do we sell it. So let's do a just reality check. So there is, how do we ground this reality around sustainability? Because while there is a lot of noise, a lot of things which are still unreal. In one sentence, we can start from Raja, you, and all of you can just pitch in. What does sustainable adoption actually mean for you and your business today?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I think in our business today, sustainable adoption is moving from niche to norm. If we talk about different materials, we have a robust portfolio of sustainable materials, right from regular materials like organic cotton, BCI cotton. Of course, we are also trying to integrate, apart from that, we are trying to integrate recycled cotton, recycled polyester, recycled denim in a big way. These are normal recycled staples. Apart from that, certified traceable. Because what we've seen is that not only us, but many retailers are selling sustainable products, but maybe 20 options, 30 options. It says organic cotton, it says BCI cotton, it says recycle, but there is no story around it for the customers. So customer does not know that, we are selling it, and also brands were a little afraid. What do we do? Because if we claim, we could be, we would be, people will say you are greenwashing. We have, if you look at it, only maybe 5 to 10% fabrics, which are produced by mills is actually traceable. All the power loom fabrics, all the fabrics which are made by other sector, unorganized sector, there is no traceability. So, for example, we are working with our group company, BIRLA Cellulose. We converted all our rayon, all our viscose in a very, very big way, and we moved to normal viscose to Levi Eco Viscose. So we've been able to do that. And again, apart from this, we have been trying to incorporate new gen, fabrics. We are working with global companies, Circulose and Reviva, to introduce different type of, new gen fabrics. We are trying to also experiment with fabric made from agriculture waste. So overall, we're trying to incorporate all of this in our product portfolio.
So for you, it's more about innovation as adoption. Abhishek, coming to you, what does sustainable adoption mean to you for your business?
Thank you, Puneet. So good afternoon, everyone. Just a quick introduction. Myself, Abhishek, and I'm here to represent a brand which is 90-plus-year-old in this business. So I represent Lacoste. What it means for us, sustainability, let me just elaborate it a little more. It's about people, product, and planet. We are talking about all three aspects and not only one. Most importantly, in this conclave, probably we are only emphasizing more on the product side. So we will, or the planet side to an extent. So we will be only talking about product and planet. In our entire value chain, wherever possible, whatever can be reduced, howsoever we can reduce our impact on anything and everything is what is the goal and what is the idea. And again, as we were talking outside, It is a top-driven approach. It is a sustainable approach that we want to take it. We want to give it back to the society in a certain way. We can get into details and specifics as and when we move forward, and I can tell you as what we are doing and what we are planning to do. But let me tell you that we have our own internal goals that we are trying to achieve within the certain given timeline, and we are moving very, very positively towards that. And we are I'd say we are very confident that someday we are actually going to hit the bullseye or whatever that we have taken target.
Perfect. Thiru, you represent design. All of these are non-designers, including you're the only one who's representing design, one who has to execute some of the ideas which will come from these people. So for you, what is sustainable adoption for your brand?
Hi everyone, good afternoon. See, sustainability we all are talking about today, but we had initiated from since 2005. So whatever sustainability, whenever we are doing my collections, we have a separate range of sustainability product. I have to present sustainability product. Kind of, see from price concern is more about in Indian retail brands. So I have to reduce the cost also. So how we are doing reducing? Normally, everybody is talking about sustainability is very expensive, but for us, there is nothing. See how we are making. We have a separate sustainability manufacturing units. How we do? When the government, I'm just talking about 2005, when the government banned all dyeing factory over there, the Royal Classic Mills Private Limited is the one factories which was running successfully. Then we balancing business and business success and environmental social activities also. So we used to save. There are a lot of the water, the energies for our next generations. How we implemented about the products. See, normally when we are buying 100% linen, it's very expensive. We will not go for 100% linens. We will make a blends. Whatever we are making product or productions from factories, we will take what are the cutting waste is there. No? We will take it back and we will do the grind, we will do the recycles. We have a spinning, our own spinning. We will keep as a separate system for a recycle process. So that yarn will make some sense. That yarn we will do the implementation on the origin products, the origin yarn. We will do the blends. So whenever we have some range presentation, I used to keep some multiple yarns. See, people are making only hemp, people are making only linen, people are making only the giza. So we make recycled polyester with a recycled cotton like a multi-blend yarns. So obviously price will be getting reduced. So whenever our the factory have a system of recycle process. So for small examples, for whatever the poly bag which we are making it. So all the poly bag we are collecting from the our client or everyone. So that cost effect will reflect on my products.
Okay. So costing becomes a big challenge for you. So Parvinder, since you've got to know, I'll ask you, you're the newest panelist we have. But yeah, you are one of the person who's trying to execute in terms of, let's say, innovation the most over here at the ground. So while you're focusing a lot of sustainable initiative, I went through Recycler also. I was trying to figure out what to ask you. A lot of things would work. But one thing which you have tried and hasn't worked, a lot of time and effort go and it discourages you. Have you experienced that at Recycler? Or for you what doesn't work sometimes?
Hello everyone, I'm Parvinder. So I'm managing director Adi Sustainability Solutions, and we are probably one of the few waste to finished garment manufacturing companies in the country. And we take pride ourselves in providing a one-stop solution to all the denim brands, especially, who are keen on integrating complete circularity into their supply chain without hindering the costs, without touching the costs. So now comes the part, where do we find challenge? Because we work across the stream. We are India's largest post-industrial textile waste handling company, apart from being a garment manufacturer. So challenge varies with brand to brand. Two things, one is technical side of things, one is the business side of things. So the brands who know the product too well, it is easy to work with them because they knows what do they want in terms of product. Then they know how to market or how to project that product. Problem is, most of the problem comes when brands, they have the borrowed or shared ideas and they want to execute without letting product people, whether their people, whether our people, to contribute much on. Because at the end of the day, sustainability and circularity, they are product based. So only the people who know the product, they knows it best rather than the marketing people.
The intent is there, but execution fails.
Definitely intent is there. It's growing day by day. Only thing that, see, in India, when we speak with Indian brands, when we speak with European brands start from, they focus more on product. Most of the brand have separate product teams. They know what do they want. When it comes to Indian brands, we focus more on buying side, we focus more on marketing side. So the challenges when we speak with the different brands, challenges are a bit different.
Okay. So, even at leadership, adoption typically, what I can understand, make of it, is still evolving because the challenges we face. So not everything just translates into business impact. But then there is a big tension, the topic of our discussion. Can sustainability actually sell in India? So, Abhishek, do you think Indian consumers are truly willing to pay for sustainability, or we are just overestimating their intent? Brands have an intent, but the consumers we are just overthinking about them.
So answer is yes and no both. I would say, as in, if you divide the whole generation of customers into various slabs, then you will understand that there is a certain segment within the consumer base who are more concerned about the product, the sustainability part of the product, and they are much more aware and they are much more concerned as where the product is coming from, what all has gone into it, whether it can be reutilized, etc., etc. So the first answer to your question is, can this be done? Yes, it can be done. Now, comes at the other end, which is at the supplying end as a company, as in, can we do it? Yes, of course we can do it. We have the entire ecosystem available in India. So I was listening to Mr. Tyagi just now. What he's talking is amazing, as in zero waste company is already available in India. It means the ecosystem is also coming up very strongly. So what Vineet was saying in the last panel is probably that we really need to glorify this thing. If everybody, any consumer sitting in this room, comes to my store and only asks for sustainable product, please understand, my entire chain will start asking for the ecosystem which is already there. Now the problem is, which is the no part of it, everything has a cost attached to it. So if in case I go to a yarn to a garment recycler, he has his own cost. A factory has its own cost. End of the day, in the capital world, it's going to be the consumer who's going to pay the price. That we need to understand. We can adjust our profits based on what we are selling, what is the demand, what can be done within this price bracket. That can be done. And this is the part where a consumer also needs to understand. This is one example which I gave in another sustainability conclave, and I'm just repeating it now, today also. When you go to buy a face mask, it is sold without a carton box. When you go to buy a toothpaste, it is sold within the carton box. When you bring the carton box home, that's the first thing that you discard. Now my question is, why can't we sell toothpaste without a box? Now that's the question. Now there can be n number of answers to it, logistics, etc., how you sell. But at least there is an example which is already lying on that shelf which says you can sell a product without a carton box. You can dispatch it, you can courier it, you can display it. So now I would say as a society, we need to ask this question, whether I want this product. If yes, as a company, we can do it.
Okay, just to follow up on that, and I'll bring in Raja into this, because you are still a premium brand, Lacoste, and there is a margin play also. So Raja, representing pantaloons, I would say while there is quality, you are still catering to that audience, the Indian or the Bharat audience, which is there, which is still trying to get into latest fashion, latest trends. So what Abhishek mentioned, is he also trying to tell the fact that the consumer intent when they come to the store and ask, is it really truly there? Or we need to somehow draw a line as businesses on protecting our margins and against these sustainable choices?
Very good questions. We all know that sustainability has some cost to it. But I think we should move away from, treating sustainability as a cost center. We should look at it and actually, perceive it as a value driver. Because, you say in Hindi, paisa vasool. Our audience is today, they're looking for value. So if we are able to tell our customers, consumers that, this product is a paisa vasool for you. Today, the biggest problem I see is lack of communication or storytelling around sustainability, to our consumers. Rather than, cost, yes, it is a factor. But it can be, for example, if I talk about today, sustainability in any Indian retailer starts with, presentation from sustainability department probably flowing, supported by the sourcing department. But, the buyers, the category heads, the designers, they think sustainability, we don't have time and everybody is running after fast fashion. My lead times are decreasing. How would I build into it? So I think the most important thing is that it should be driven from the top. We had Mr. Tyagi and Mr. Manmohan Singh and all senior guys sitting. It should come from top, from CEO saying that, okay, in any European company today, their KPIs are intertwined with sustainability. Everybody has in their KPIs that you have to run 50% of your business in sustainability. Now talking about, price you can work around, you can, do volume leverage. And the most important thing is integrate sustainability into the DNA of product development from the beginning stage, not bolted on at the sourcing stage. Oh, now let's do 10% of our product as sustainable. No, you should say, this is my price. Within this price, what can I do? I mean, we are working with him. He's one of our, we are doing that discussion within that. This is our retail price. This is our sale price. What is that, you can create around it? And then, apart from that, I'm talking about commercial problems, commercial acceptance. Today, there are also issues. Price is one issue. There is also issue of probably hand feel. There is also issue of color fastness, how it looks. So there is a lot of R&D and product development which needs to be done by the design category folks, sourcing folks. He mentioned, technical input. So it's not a fast fashion product. Sustainability, and I think sustainability is also about hidden ROI. Mr. Tyagi mentioned about, water saving and everything. I think, what is sustainability? If I am able to reduce or increase my full price sell-through, from today, everybody in the world is sitting at 65, 70%, 35, 25%, sitting in our warehouses. We are selling it, in under diluted margins through sales, or even 5, 7%. Life cycle sell-throughs of companies worldwide is sitting at 85, 90%, 10, 15%. They are just selling at 50 rupees, 60 rupees, 70 rupees. That is not sustainable. So if you can create a right product, and we should talk to our customers about longevity. We are saying sustainable product. What does sustainable product means? It means nothing for a customer. If we tell him, this product is, very durable, it is great for your skin, it saves water, it saves electricity for you. There is a complete traceability. There is a complete, you can see the life cycle. It benefits Mother Earth. Customer will pay. In India, I can tell you there is enough surveys around where 30-40% people are saying, I can pay 10% extra, but I need, traceability. Tell me how sustainable it is.
I
Puneet,
agree with you.
Allow me to respectfully disagree with Raja on this point. And I think my both co-panelists will agree to this.
Then I'll ask you one
Cost,
question, because there is a disagreement.
Yes,
from
of
my end
course,
as well.
because cost can be worked around. No, of course, you are putting pressure on us, cost can be worked around. You are telling a story to the end customer that, okay, this is saving electricity, and then pushing back to us saying cost can be worked around. No, if you have to sell your story, please understand there is a story, has a cost attached to it. So you have to increase your cost if you want to sell the story.
So when I say, just to, I take is this, because in the panels, normally people agree a lot. We should disagree also.
Yeah, we should always disagree.
And I think it's important because today we are looking at our tier 1 suppliers. We are hardly looking at tier 2 suppliers. And I can tell you that we have gone ahead and worked with our vendors that how do you, become energy sustainable. We did energy audits, and Mr. Tyagi sitting there was very kind enough, from his budget, from our company's budget, he allocated money and, we did energy audit of our top 10 vendors. So when they did that, they realized that, oh, I'm spending probably too much money on my electricity cost. What can I do? Can I go to as simple as going to solar energy? That would reduce. So it's not only that we are saying that, we'll do audits for you. There is lot of things savings vendors can do. Water savings, electricity savings. Of course there is cost, but I'm saying that we are only looking from the angle of cost. And I said that it's not only cost, it's also about aesthetics. It's also about, color fastness. So you will have to work around it. It's not fast fashion. But also look at from, today we are probably, everybody is targeting 10% of my range, 20% of my range. Why can't we target 50% of our range of our, let's start with the low-hanging fruit, which is core products. And I'll give you one data point for everyone to understand. Today, every retailer in India is losing their core products. The contribution of sales of their core product is going down because everybody is running after fast fashion, trends. What is the differentiation? For me, if I am able to create a core product which is very good, which is good for skin, which is sustainability can be a differentiation. If I am, I can give 10 rupees to my vendor, but I can increase able to sell by 50 rupees my core product. It is a win-win situation. So you have to look at from a different angle.
See, the angle which I would like to then ask, I represent a trends company. We keep talking about future trends, the future consumer. And in all our research, we identify consumers who are willing to pay extra for a sustainable product. I totally agree with you on that. But when it comes to ground reality, things change. We were all chatting outside, and I was just trying to understand from a brand's perspective. Now, there is definitely a long-term brand equity, which is what you have. I can summarize what you mentioned. But I'm asking you guys also and anybody else, are we ready to still take a margin hit for a long-term brand equity? Are we in that position as businesses? I don't know. Maybe we should take a margin hit right now if you really want to push. Are we taking it in some categories? To reach 50% of your stock being sustainable, you need to still take some margin hit into your current offering so that the consumers can start taking it. So are we prepared?
No, nobody is prepared to take, and nobody is allowed to take margin hits. But I'm giving you another, it may come out very blunt, but look at what we are doing. We have our people saying, I want to go to Barcelona, I want to go to Paris, go follow. Today we are a nation of, going to pick styles which are very European, and we say, oh, let's go to. I am sure Zara's 50% sale is happening because of, most of Indian retailers are going and, buying samples from them. It probably will be 50% of the sales will be samples. So, the idea is that, yeah, sorry, I'll not.
I'm sorry. So,
Yeah,
Because I asked a tricky
Yeah.
question.
No, just,
Will we take a margin hit?
yeah, so coming back to margin, yes. No, we are not ready to take the margin hit. What I was trying to say is that today our ranges, again, our full price sell-throughs are poor overall. I am not talking about Pantaloon, I'm talking of everybody. You tell me one brand, probably maybe exception of Zudio, which is, 75, 80%, rest everybody is sitting in 60, 65, 70% full price sell-through. So we are losing margins anyways there.
But we don't have any example, Thiru,
no.
where you have seen a sustainable product or a category
Of course, Puneet.
actually seeing improved sell-throughs?
Yes, it's there. And again, respectfully disagree with Raja. There are brands who are doing it. And I won't be able to take the name of the brands, but I'll just give you an example. There are people who are recycling leather and selling leather bags for women with recycled. And believe me, in recycled leather, there's hardly any margin.
But we are talking the same thing. No, you are saying sustainability will increase the sales. That's
Depending
the whole point.
upon
That's what I'm also
at
saying.
what
They're
stage,
best friends, by the way, just to let
so what stage of brand evolution you are. That really depends. If you are already an established brand, you can take some hit on yourself to create that awareness and market for future, for sure. But you are a startup, you are in a value segment, etc., etc. It is difficult in that segment.
Vinder, I'll come to you, theory of this. You want to say something?
Yeah,
Please.
We had made one particular product. I just want to share over here. We had made recycled polyester denims, which is selling at my shops. There are some 10 bed bottles. According to that, we just made some product and we just shown to them people, all my teams. When we started, the people used to say, no, ye nahi bikega, ye kaise bikega, ye sara marketing strategy mein. I told them.
Which are the people? Your people, na?
Huh?
Your people.
Your people is my teams. So
Your teams,
yeah. Even they are also my team marketing people. So they used to say, no, this product will not sell. Yeah, India mein nahi bikega. I said, okay, no problem. Let it introduce some sustainable product in denims. So when I started making the denims, I got some ideas in my mind. I just approached my management. So can we give some discount on this product? They said, already the product is expensive. How you are expecting discounts? I told them we were a sustainability brand. We are a sustainability company. We are a ESG company. We are doing all renewable stores like energies. We have 11 factories. We are running with all solar and windmill energy only. So there are 6,000 people are working over there. So everybody, 100% people the factories are running successfully renewable energies. Then my people, even after that, whatever the consumption we have done, the electricity, we are providing the electricity to the government 20%. So they have a proper setups. I just went and asked them, they were saying, no, just bring your ideas. I told them, the customer, whoever is coming to our shops, ask them to bring some 10 to 15 bed bottles. Like we will give some 5 to 10% discount on this particular denim product. So we had made around 6,000 to 7,000 bed bottle, like recycled polyester denims. The sales through, we had, in our shops, we had just kept at one packet to bring all these, the bed bottles. So whatever the bottle we are collecting from the population, we just returned to the our mill. Mill had made the recycled polyester. But our sale through is, without putting any energy, without putting any marketing strategy, we had gone into 62% of the sales through. So there are some product which we have to initiate. And secondary, my responsibility to give us awareness to the customer. I'm adding the sustainability tag in all my products. At least we believe that some people understand what are the sustainability. They have to recycle the plastic at their house. And my organizations, the trust, it is called Vanathakal Tirupur, Vetri. We are the past 11 years. We have done the plantation of 25 lakh trees around our cities.
Okay.
25 lakh trees. So every years we were like doing 3 to 4 lakh trees plantations, and I can proudly say we are getting the results even the summers every years, every month we are getting twice rain, and the water level, the ground level water got improved, the pollution got improved. The management have a proper platform. So that is the reason we were doing some. See, when I started sustainability 5 years before, my people not allow me to start because no, this product will not sell. Don't spoil our main product. So I told them, I given the confidence. They said, no, it just make small range of 5%. Now become a 25%, which I am making it. The product also is getting sell.
I think through what you've done is you've actually summed up what we were discussing earlier
Yeah.
from a design point of
Yeah,
view. Because
yeah.
I was about to ask, because eventually it's a product. You all spoken about everything. It's products coming from top line. The top management has to decide. So I think you've seen that entire challenge, and then you also given an example of a good sell-through.
Yes.
Parvinder, because we are really short on time because you planned it little late. It's for you. We have Parvinder, so we can take some advantage of that. Na? So see, Parvinder, coming to you, while you're still working with multiple brands. Now, when it comes to identifying the product is right, we've understood that there is something which has to come from the top. It has to be an intent. But generally, do you really think sustainability and to sell sustainability, make it more scalable in our country, it has to be thought completely differently from an existing product cycle by everyone. It has to be a different range altogether, have different parameters. It cannot be an apple to apple comparison that I've got a good sell through. Why should we even discuss sell through for a sustainable product? It has to be its intent. That's what we are trying to say. We are talking about the environment, we're talking about Mother Earth. So do you think brands are doing that? Because I personally haven't seen brands. It's part of the product portfolio, and that is where the strategy all begins. Do you think it still needs a separate, let's say, teams, verticals, or just thought differently, even if eventually it's a product? And you work with a lot of brands. So what's your take on that?
Puneet, if you ask if it works as a manufacturer, yes, it has worked for us. I'll give you some examples. Today, we produce around 15 lakh denims a year. 35% of that is made from recycled. And it's increasing consistently, first thing. Second thing, when it comes to cost, yes, we know everywhere globally, whether it's a premium brand, whether it's a mass brand, cost is a concern. I wouldn't say a barrier, but yes, it's an important thing. When it comes to manufacturer and when it comes to a mindset, intent is missing in India as an industry when we see. Because most of our manufacturing side is entrepreneurial led. We are not corporates. So I'll give you 2-3 fast examples that what we have done at our factory. When it comes to material waste, we are a zero waste company, fully traceable, everything. We don't even tell this to Indian brands. We don't even tell it. Because we know they won't, because where they are interested, where they can market. Okay, first thing. Second thing, we as an industry are more of OPEX oriented, less CAPEX oriented. We don't want to invest in technologies. We will give a daily expense. क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे एक बार में वो बड़ा चेक साइन नहीं करना पड़ रहा. मैं रोज छोटे छोटे खर्चे बियर कर लूँगा एज एन बिजनेसमैन, लेकिन मुझे अपना बॉयलर चेंज नहीं करना है.
तो कैश फ्लो वाला है ना माइंडसेट, हमेशा से डेली कैश फ्लो वाला माइंडसेट है. यू कांट चेंज दैट.
You have to change. If you have to come.
Now this is where I was coming, because we are still putting the onus on the consumer eventually. You have to inform them.
So
you have to pay.
cost versus, value. So even at the factory level, the owners need to think that, okay, it's not a cost. I'm going to create a value for my customer. End of the day, whether it is brands or the owners, we are all working for the same goal, which is creating value for our consumers.
At the end of the day, you have to create a business differentiator. As a brand, as a manufacturer, why would in a crowd of available options, why you would be the one? So when it comes to water, we have dual ZLD. We have replaced all our machines. When it comes to denim, 70-75% of water comes out of washing. उसके लिए आपको आरओ की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है, वो ईटीपी से ही हो जाएगा. बट प्रॉब्लम इज व्हेन यू मिक्स दैट ब्लू वाटर एंड वाइट वाटर, मिल के तो सारा ब्लू हो गया ना. अब आप उस सारे के सारे को आप वो आरओ के अंदर से जाएगा. These are the few things where you can reduce your cost. Recycled fibers, we have displayed most of the product categories over here. When you come to knits, a recycled knitted product, either 70% recycled cotton or 30% or 60% recycled cotton plus 40% rPET, is at least 30-35% cheaper than its virgin counterpart in knits. When it comes to denims, we have achieved cost parity. Subir is sitting here. You take any fabric from any leading mills in India, and that circular version of that will be almost the same because the recycled fiber is cheaper. When it comes to, I agree with Raja that what brands are trying to do, they want to integrate sustainability into their core products. Problem. यार यहाँ पे रिस्क ले लो. सेकेंड थिंग इज, वो जो कोर प्रोडक्ट है आप किसी भी ब्रांड के देख लो. एक डेनिम जो आपका ये 799 से लेके और 1299 1400, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन वन ब्रांड एंड सेकंड? ब्रांड्स आर नाउ ड्रिवन बाय द रिटेलर्स एंड द डिस्काउंट्स. कंज्यूमर जाएगा, सारे प्रोडक्ट एक जैसे हैं, जिस मार्केट प्लेस पे डिस्काउंट ज़्यादा दिखेगा वो प्रोडक्ट ले आएगा. ब्रांड लॉयल्टी तो बची नहीं.
बिल्कुल.
सो हाउ वी कैन मार्केट और हाउ वी कैन यूज सस्टेनेबिलिटी सर्कुलरिटी एज ए रिटेंशन टूल. अगर हम ये कर पाए ब्रांड लेवल पे, वो कैसे होगा? वो इट कैन नॉट बी डन एट ब्रांड लेवल. यू नीड द होल सप्लाई चेन, क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे काम तो सप्लाई चेन में ही होना है. If we are able to do that, तो
anyway, we actually nailed it. तो मैं फिर एक सबसे पूछ लेता हूँ. One last question because we are anyway short of time and everybody can comment, and this is to take on what you said. Let's say you get a chance to change one thing in the ecosystem because somebody has to still move first, and we are still wishing. It can be the manufacturer, it can be the brand or the retailer. Somebody has to move first. But let's say if all of you get a chance to change one thing in the ecosystem tomorrow, what would that be? Like for you to reach that long-term goal of what we're saying, and we should make it much more, sellable, and it has to scale at length. Otherwise, it's just talk. If it does not give any margins or revenue, because eventually business is important. So one thing you can change in the ecosystem.
So I think
quickly, please.
Very quickly, I would say the credibility, the storytelling and proof. Because today we are missing storytelling on our product, in our stores, and it needs to be okay. We create a story, but we need to have a complete proof of traceability. For example, we need to mention digital passport, DPP. So that is something. If I want to change everything, I would immediately want to change these things. We need to have better storytelling in our stores. I will love to have that in my stores tomorrow. Like tomorrow, for most of products which I want, it should be backed up by proof of complete traceability.
Right.
Then we have a fantastic story to tell and sell to our customer.
Perfect. Abhishek?
Thank you, Puneet. We are not waiting for tomorrow. We have already started doing it yesterday. We are a zero textile waste company.
Awesome.
In our factory. We have doubled our life of our polo. To doubled, it means if in case a garment can be worn by can go sustain for 30 wash, we have already made it 60 wash. It means you can wear it for a longer time. We have a fantastic end of life recycling program for our products. We can do. We are in textile, we are a zero waste company. So we have already doing it. And just one more thing, as India, we can do it.
Perfect.
The only thing is how and when we start. We can do it for sure, and we will show this to the world.
Thiru, what do you want to change? in the
Yeah, as I
ecosystem?
mentioned, like we were started since 2005. So right now also we are a ESG company. So we were already started. Our product also is getting sales. So we have to give the awareness to the people to change the ecosystem.
Being consistent in what you started already is what you want
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Parvinder?
मुझे ना एक वो जगजीत किसका दलजीत दोसांझ का गाना याद है, जट पैदा होया बस छौण वास्ते. As an country, as an economy, we need to start to take pride in what we are doing. तो मैं कितने ब्रांडों से बात करता हूँ, ठीक है, वो क्या कर रहा है, कहाँ पे हुआ है, हम ये कब बोलना शुरू करेंगे यार हमने ये करा है. If we can change that, then definitely our consumers will relate to that. Definitely.
Just one thing I want to add is that sustainability should be treated as a margin expansion strategy rather than margin reduction strategy.
Perfect. So, thank you so much. That was extremely insightful. I really like that. It started with, we already know why. We've just somewhat discussed how, and I think the intent becomes important. I hope it was very insightful. So one clear takeaway for this discussion, at least for me, is that sustainability will not scale in India unless it is designed to sell eventually. And the brands that will win are the ones who will embed it into product, as Thiru mentioned, pricing, as both of you have mentioned, and storytelling. And as an add-on, just make it your core business driver. Have this actioned. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I hope it was informative. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone. I would now like to request Mr. Naresh Tyagi to please come on stage and felicitate our speakers. Mr. Puneet Dudeja. Mr. Raja Harbinder Singh. Mr. Abhishek Raj. Mr. Thiru Jayaraman. Mr. Parvinder Kadian. Thank you so much, everyone.